All right, we're back at it again. Of course, look, guys, digital assets explained. A lot of you may be familiar with the branding, of course, NFT shorts. We have not left. As I always say, let's win together. It's very simple. Today, what I want to get into a little bit more of is, of course, Asteroid Protocol. We're talking about Cosmos. We're going to talk about how to get wallets, which wallets you can use. We're going to talk about where you can find the latest CFT-20 tokens and their evaluations. We're going to talk about, of course, the interchain community, the Cosmos ecosystem. Check these out. We're going to look at some price action and my predictions on where this price will go for BTC. But we'll see. Guys, head over to X. Give me a follow if you want, like the content, whatever, drop me a message, but do check me out on X because that's where some of this information is coming from, and will be going much, much quicker than I can actually get them out on videos. As well, do jump in the Discord and grab yourself some BLND, whether it's on Bitcoin BRC20 or it's the Asteroid Protocol version, and I'll get into what these tokens mean and what the value is for those holders over time, because I know some of you may be wondering, why should I buy it on Bitcoin? Why should I buy it on Cosmos? I'll explain that as well. For those of you who took part in the MONOCLE mint, which happened on the 8th of February 2024, thank you all for joining. That mint was successful, if I could say that. And it minted out in about 40 minutes, I was told, roughly 40 minutes, with minimal hype. I posted one post and I tried my best not to even post one time. I tried to just post it in the Discord group and let people know, and hopefully the word would spread and we would have, let's say, a week's time to mint this out or more. Well, it turns out that it minted in 40 minutes, so I'll leave it there, right? One other quick thing before we dive in deeper, check out this pinned tweet from one of the pinned tweets. I'm gonna have to scroll through and find it, but simply put, there's a tweet that actually has a link to the last recorded space that we did, the X space, which has a lot of good information on XRC or on CFT-20 tokens and inscriptions, kind of just in general. So why don't we dive in, guys? If you guys like it, of course, follow, but subscribe. It's all up to you. Let's dive in though. So I planned a video recently, and the video was actually supposed to be about how to use the Asteroid Protocol marketplace, how to set up your wallet. Well, actually, it was before the marketplace technically was live, to buy and sell inscriptions. That was on testnet, but just days after the testnet went live, maybe 2 or 3, but pardon me if I'm wrong, mainnet went live for market. So I'm not connected, but what you want to do is, of course, head over to asteroidprotocol.io, and you're going to need a wallet. Okay, you're going to need a wallet, and the wallets you're going to choose from at this time would be Keplr and, of course, the Leap wallet. Now, what's the difference between Leap and Keplr? Well, I mean, maybe I can't really say one is better than the next. I mean, they do have their different qualities. I suppose some of the major differences would be the dashboard that you can use. I suppose you can do staking and such for both wallets right in the browser. Setting here, you can check out your history and look at the different ecosystems, the different tokens, and so much, NFTs and such. But with the Keplr wallet, I think one thing that currently is missing that you will find with the Leap wallet browser is the airdrops section. So you can actually explore upcoming airdrops to see if you're eligible. You can check your eligibility, you can claim, it's good. It's really good for that. But I think overall though, still as a wallet, I think maybe Keplr may be a little bit more enjoyable just as a wallet. But again, the added features like the airdrop section to find new airdrops and also to see if you're qualifying for them and how to qualify for them, that being part of the Leap dashboard. I guess I call this, guys, right here, the dashboard. Let's say this area here is a little different from the Keplr one. Not that different, but still the airdrop thing is something that people may want. So let's go in deeper. So over here in Asteroid Protocol, you can check your wallet. I'm not connected for a reason, right? You guys connect your wallets and your assets will populate here. You can go to the different meta protocols and check out inscriptions. So if you want to create inscriptions, you simply click create, check out the max file size. Pretty much any file can be inscribed. There seems to be no limit to the description, but 32 characters for the name of your inscription. Now, inscriptions can be anything. We'll dive into the marketplace in a bit. We'll even go here and we'll browse inscriptions. So this is just whatever is being inscribed right now, okay? You can, of course, sort by oldest and latest and such. So just quickly looking, this is the inscription browser just to see. You can also type in specific numbers, inscription numbers that you want to see, okay? And of course, again, you can create your own inscriptions and they'll be listed immediately in the browser, the inscriptions browser. Now, moving over, we can go to CFT-20 tokens. That is, of course, Cosmos fungible tokens. Now, I did speak about Cosmos fungible tokens a few weeks ago in pretty much my last video, which goes over how to deploy and mint on the Asteroid Protocol. So why not head over there and watch that if you guys want to learn a bit more. I won't dive into all of the details here today just because I've already done it, but you can do it. I'm showing you how to do it here because it's really super simple, guys. It's actually extremely simple for anybody who wanted to make NFTs and just wasn't sure how, or anybody who wanted to make their own token and didn't know how. Maybe they didn't have the coding ability. You can create your own token. So here you go. You can drop a token. You can put your logo there, maximum size, maximum dimensions, or max and minimum dimensions as well. You can name your token. You can also give it a ticker up to 10 characters long. What is the maximum supply? And each time people transact to mint, provided that there's some left, how many of those tokens can they mint at once? Now, I will say you can only do a maximum of 1% of the total supply per mint. So unlike BRC20 tokens, which a lot of us are familiar with, if you're not, then you might want to look at this video or some of my other videos in the playlist for inscriptions. This video here, for example, right? You might find some other BRC20 related content in this video and this one and this one as well. And you know, some of these other ones, they're just, yeah, a bunch of these are talking ordinals, you know, yeah. So if you're looking for the idea and to understand why I'm mentioning this, it is because in previous, with previous inscription services, like let's just say, for example, Unisat for Bitcoin ordinals and BRC20s, you could mint the max supply. So for example, if the supply was 1 million and you wanted to set the limit to mint, you could just mint the entire token supply to yourself. However, with Asteroid Protocol, to keep it, as they say, to keep it more fair, you can only do 1% of the supply. So at minimum, you will have to mint 100 times. So that can cause problems depending on how you're planning to use your token. Maybe you do want to hold the supply and just give it out as rewards. But you unfortunately can't simply do that. So it's a race. Like you have to mint your whole entire supply to yourself if that's your plan. Now, I wouldn't be mad at people for doing that because I don't know what the plan is. But typically speaking, I would avoid tokens that have been claimed by the team. You know, gone are the days of like token sales and airdrops for the purposes of whatever, you know, like minting the entire supply to yourself. No, this is fair mint, guys. This is why we talk about fair mint and fair launch so much. We've spoken about it right here quite a bit. As you see, fair launch cryptos, too powerful to get into fair launches, guys. Let's go, like, for example, this video right here. Please check that video out. That's a great one. I think the content's great. Let's continue on though. So you can also set the time for it to launch and on a specific day, or even just right now. Simple, right? And of course, you can also browse other tokens. Right, so let's go to the browser super quickly and see what we have. Of course, you know, the top one is ROIDS. That's like the ordi of Asteroid Protocol. So I think that might just simply be a must to grab. Now let's go over. So MONOCLE is for the Atomonocles token. Is the Atomonocles token for the Atomonocles collection. So guys, if you wanted to learn more about Atomonocles, definitely again join the Discord. Hit me up on X. Learn more about the Atomonocles collection right here. And I've got a lot of messages here somewhere. There you go. That's one right there. Yeah, you know, you can head over here and just grab one. Now they are very tiny, but they are definitely, you can zoom in and get them to look a little bit better, you know, bigger, right? But they're small for a reason. I'll just leave it at that, right? As you see, they're 2.22 atom. Jump in, hold them, grab them for a good reason. I'm just going to say it like that. And as you see, we've got holders that came through to represent. And I love the fact that I'm seeing these amazing people and some of the community members who came through, supported us during that space and minted this thing out completely. So if you've got yourself a pair of MONOCLE, tokens. I am thankful for you. And for those who want to join the community and get a little bit deeper, this one is the BLND token, which has a super small supply for good reasons, right? So if you don't have one, what you want to do is let's continue on. You want to head over to the marketplace. Now you can go to the marketplace, guys. This has just launched just within a couple of days. Okay. And the reason why I didn't jump in and make a video about it is simply because I've been so busy. There's just so much exciting stuff going on. Okay. So you can head over to the marketplace and you can search for inscriptions. You can search for them by the price, as you see, by the ID number. So the inscription number, which, you know, lower is typically better. Typically you can go by price range. Okay. You can also go by, so by atom range. You can go by listing, sort by listing, price, ID number, and of course, the inscription range, of course, right? And then you can also search. So for example, you know, if you're looking for Atomonocles, you can just type in Atomonocles. So the marketplace is super young right now. We may find new functionality within it so that we can actually organize the collections simply, but unfortunately we just don't have that right now. It's a brand new marketplace, so give them some time, but definitely jump in and grab yourself one of these Atomonocles. I want to see these disappear before the next set is released. Now let's move over as well. Within the marketplace, you can now, of course, browse CFT-20 tokens. And this is how you can decide to buy and or sell something. So for example, let's just say we're looking for MONOCLE, the MONOCLE token. You can head over here. You click that, and each, as you see, like you can buy, it shows you how much per token right here, how many MONOCLE you would be getting, and what is the total atom you will have to spend. Guys, I'm just going to let you know, the plan is to do some amazing things for for the MONOCLE holders. And I definitely want to make sure that people, I just want to make sure you guys understand that, you know, the plan is there. So head over to coinranking.com and look for CFT-20 tokens, as you see right here, brand new. And we'll definitely get into some ERC-404 and such in the future, but you can actually scroll down for now and you can see many tokens, and you'll see MONOCLE right there at number 27. So let's see if we can get the MONOCLE to move, but that just simply means more people hold it and more people will get value from this ecosystem that I'm planning to grow and build out. So, you know, quickly looking at Mint Scan, I'm happy to see that Cosmos Atom is above $10. Now, do I want it to be lower so we can all accumulate more? Of course, because as I say, let's win together. And winning in this space means getting in early most times. Yeah, there are times you get in early, the price dips, you get wrecked a little bit more, but there's also a great opportunity to get in early and find yourself a great position. So I think definitely head over to Mint Scan and just, you know, check out some of these numbers if you are familiar, or perhaps you're not. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, let's continue on and go to Map of Zones, because this website, of course, a lot of us have been using it for a while. I've been sharing it with people, and a lot of you have, of course, just seen it all around the place. Great website to find out where the connections are between different chains within the Cosmos ecosystem, and to understand what their value is and maybe how they work with other chains, right? So I can't really tell you which are my favorites. I just want to let you know that it's possible to dive in and really explore the chain, the ecosystem, and understand, again, what is relevant here. How do they connect? It's a great place to do research, right? As you dive in, you can actually look at so many more analytics of the chains. You can look at the metrics. You can look at just so much. So I'm going to leave that simply there. And all of you guys who got into dimensions, for example, my goodness, this is going to be huge. But what I foresee is actually the Cosmos Hub. And this goes right back to, of course, Asteroid Protocol. Okay, so let me just head back to the main page just so you guys can get familiar with this, right? Inscribe anything on the hub, of course, Cosmos Hub, that is, right? Now, when I think about the Cosmos Hub and we look at the use case of this token, this atom, right? This atom coin here, a lot of us, let's go back here. Actually, let's go back here, okay? A lot of us understand how we use, let's say, Ethereum, or maybe, you know, eGold or Bitcoin or whatever. You know, we use these oftentimes to transact, right, to cover fees and such. But there's a lot more that we're doing these days with things like BRC20 tokens. And of course, we're going over to things like ROIDS, which is the CFT-20 token, right? We're going to see, in my opinion, less flow from the Cosmos Hub, so less atom flowing to the various other chains, app chains, than we saw in the past, simply because ROIDS is an asset that you do not have to use for any type of transactions. You don't have to spend it for anything unless you absolutely want to. It's your choice, right? So of course, ROIDS is the ordi, if I could say it like that, of the Cosmos ecosystem. So let's take a look at Cosmos Hub, right? Right now we're looking at a strong buy for Cosmos Hub, super strong buy, right? We can even look at some price prediction models, and you know, I don't know what to say, guys, to be honest, about what I expect for Cosmos, for Atom. But what I do anticipate, again, is less of a flow of Atom into the other assets and more of a flow into this checking account that we're going to call ROIDS, okay? Because it is ROIDS, asteroids are still Atom. Everything is denominated in Atom. You're buying it in Atom, you're selling and receiving Atom. It minted in Atom, it was deployed in Atom. So ROIDS and all of these CFT-20 tokens, of course, including BLND and of course, including MONOCLE, they are absolutely like, they're still asteroids. They're still Atom, right? So imagine the idea now of having an asset that doesn't necessarily fluctuate in price so heavily, it's not a utility token. It's really kind of a store of value. So I'm calling it, and dare I say I'm calling it, I'm saying it, that ROIDS is the store of value on the Cosmos Hub. Now, quickly, I'm going to wrap up quickly, going back to staking, whether you're using Keplr or some other wallet, or you're using, let's say, Leap wallet, you know, which is kind of new to the scene. Doesn't really matter where you're staking. What you're going to find is that less people will be staking. That's just the bottom line. Less people will be staking and more people will be accumulating ROIDS because they see the upside potential. This thing started out as 1,000 per mint, 100,000 collection. It minted out very quickly. It was deployed, let's just say 1 month ago to date. This thing right here is going to moon. And when we find decentralized exchanges that want this liquidity from all of these CFT-20 tokens, you better believe that people like yourself, myself, and others, of course, will be providing liquidity in pairs of, what do you think? Most likely Atom and ROIDS. We've seen it with BRC20 tokens, with Unisat, as well as, let's say, the Alex Lab platform, right? So I think Cosmos is super bullish. Yeah, of course it says bullish, strong buy, but it's not bullish just because of that. It's bullish because the technology is actually finally becoming recognized. Guys, look at this platform. Look at this ecosystem. Look how many chains are connected in this interchain ecosystem right here. It's just too much, right? Like I'm diving in. It's just way too much. So if I were you guys, I would head over here and do your own research. Check it out. Again, guys, check me out over here on X. Why not? Give me a follow over here and join the Discord. Get yourself either some BLND tokens, which I definitely would recommend you do, which I'm going to head back over there right now just to remind you right here, BLND, grab that. That's like the membership, if I could put it like that. And MONOCLE is the value. So you hold that MONOCLE and you hold this BLND, you know, you're going to be in for some treats, some surprises. I don't want to exaggerate. Quickly going over to Bitcoin. I'm going to leave it here, guys. After this, we're going to cut. But in my opinion, we're going to see some downwards price action on Bitcoin. This is just, you know, these are just lines on the chart. You know, don't take my word so seriously, but I personally anticipate some good rejection around 53, and hopefully, dare I say, hopefully healthy, in a healthy way, we might actually see the market dip sharply down to like 36, 35. But seriously, guys, it's not advice. I have no idea. It's not like I want this to happen. Well, I think it's reasonable. I think it's healthy. I think the market is highly manipulated right now with certain individuals posting pictures with like these laser eyes and stuff. It's just kind of weird. I think the timing is weird. I think the timing is really off for a major pump at this point. But if it doesn't move, or if it does move, I'm fine. If it doesn't move, I'm also fine, right? Because we've been talking about being bullish on the markets for quite a while. All right, you see these circled areas. We were definitely showing interest at this time. It didn't hold that line right there, that horizontal, that diagonal line, which is fine. But it broke down after that, you know, that fiasco with that centralized exchange. But gosh, guys, come on, could we really see it go any lower after Bitcoin ordinals came around this time right here? Essentially the week of December 12th, that week. This is a weekly chart. So in this week, gosh, come on, man. No, that was the bottom of the market. And I said it, if you guys were in my groups, I said December 15th is the time to accumulate. And sure enough, it was definitely the time to accumulate. That was back in 2022. And we've been going very strong. Bitcoin, that is already up Today, 230%, yet people are still curious to know whether the bull run's on. Well, guys, I'll tell you what, we are absolutely bullish. Just look for yourselves. It's just metrics, but you know what? To me, it's been bullish for too long, and hopefully this can, keep pushing up a little bit more before we actually see some downside. But as you see, it's still Bitcoin season, right? So we'll be moving up into alt season. As you see, the movements are coming, and we've already had some alt seasons in a way, but I think we're going to move up into alt season a little bit more. But honestly, guys, like I said, in my opinion, not for now, but we'll see. It's not like I want the price to come down. I just feel like it will. All right. So guys, thank you again for checking this one out. As always, I say it, let's win together. There's so much that can be done, and all the best to you guys. Until next time. All right. Take it easy.